All right, I want to highlight some really great tools that kind of go hand in hand, and that's Google Expeditions and Google Tour Creator. Now, we've talked a little bit about Google Expeditions when we use it in the classroom because that's really what it's there for when you're together as a class to be able to guide students on a tour of some different scenes. And we can't exactly do that with distance learning, but we can still provide students with the opportunity to experience these things individually. So I have the Google Expeditions app right here, and I just search for HMH for the Houghton Mifflin for things created by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. Um, I know with a lot of our curriculum, there are different scenes that go along with these. So I'm going to just take a look at this World War II one that I've downloaded already. I'm going to press View, and this is what your students will see as well. They'll drop in here and be placed on these different scenes, and they can move around and look and see. Now, if you were guiding a tour, this information right here is what you would have available to you. The students wouldn't see this, and you'd be able to give them some of this information right here and answer some or ask some of these questions, and you'd be able to highlight these different points of interest for them. But they can do this in their view only mode as well. So they can see these different points of interest, look at this picture, and read a little bit more about it. And then they can click onto the next one right here, the next card, and be taken to the next scene. Now, this is all good and interesting and whatnot, but how do you know like what your students are thinking as they're seeing these things? Honestly, these are great immersive experiences to bring your students to these places, but how do I get them to demonstrate their understanding? Well, we can do it in a couple of ways. Perhaps they're going through this for the first time. You could have them take some screenshots and then annotate over those. Maybe they're doing that. Maybe they're adding these into Seesaw or into a Google Slide for Google Classroom. Perhaps they're taking some of these screenshots and creating a video with it as well. Perhaps maybe this is their second time through, and now they're going to do kind of their own guided tour for you and explain different things that they noticed and wondered. So there's some great ways for you to get some feedback from your students. It does take a little bit of teaching on how to do that and your expectations, but it can be a great way for your students to be immersed in some of these things. Now, that's great for the pre-made stuff, but on the other hand, sometimes we might want to make our own things. And this is where Tour Creator comes in handy. So Tour Creator, we can make these tours, which we could use in Google Expeditions, but that would only be beneficial when we're in a class setting, when we're all together. However, I am able to make these tours and share them out with my students just on the web. So in Google Expeditions, I need my class to guide them on these self-created tours, but I'm able to share these on the web. To give you an example right here, this is what Dorinda Coolwine did for the library. So she created this tour creator right here by taking a 360-degree image with her phone. And so I'm able to go to these different spots, and I'm able to notice some different hot spots right here, some points of interest. And she gives me a brief description about what's in here. So I'm able to kind of get a tour of the library without actually being there, and I can head over to the other side as well. So how do I do this? Well, I can come to, if I search for tour creator, I'll kind of have to go through some different windows right here, some different sites to get here. I'll click that first one, click get started. We'll sign in with our Google account, all that good stuff. And we come to this screen right here in just a moment. All right, so I could choose a new tour or a template like some of these about the human anatomy. Those things are all templates that I could edit. But I'm going to create a new tour. All right, so I'm in a new tour right here, and I can give it a title or drop an image, description. We're just gonna kind of go here. Now, some things, I can grab some of these images from Google Street View. So maybe I did want like a 360-degree image of the Eiffel Tower. I could add this in and change some different settings on here. When I'm making my scene, I can give it a description, credits for the image, but I'm able to add these points of interest. So wherever I want to kind of highlight, I'm able to add that, add a brief description. I can add an image overlay so that another image will pop up right here. And I can also add some narration as well so that my students can listen to what's on the scene. Okay. I'm also able to upload photos as well. So I might have a 360-degree image like Dorinda had where she had it on her phone. I could upload that as well. And you also know it says or 180-degree image. Now what that 180-degree image does is it takes the flat image, and you'll find this kind of really weird, but it creates a 360-degree image. So like a wraparound, okay? And I'm able to annotate on top of that. Why might that be helpful? Well, I'm going to go to this guy over here who has kind of a way to do this. Is that I can, in Google Drawings, let's see, where's right here. I can set my drawing to 4096 by 2048. So I could set that and kind of get something like this. And I can put an image in here or multiple images, such as maybe I'm doing a timeline or I'm diagramming something or showing the change over time. I can put these images right in here, and that will wrap it around and create a 360-degree image. So like he has here, this timeline, he's creating a tour and he's going to upload that photo in there. So here he is uploading his image that he just made. And he's able to add different things on there. Here's another one where he has a timeline and he can add these different points of interest that happen on this time. So these would be great ways for you to kind of make some interactive presentations for your students to explore. But this can also be a great assessment activity for students, something that they have to design and create and not just write about. So I hope that you will consider using Google Expeditions to explore some content and immerse your students in it and possibly have them make their own tours.